Hi, I'm Kate, so I'm Jamie's mother. Most people at Rick Dojo seem to know me as. So we've gone a bit out of sync here, so I can't actually say the next bit because I was kind of thinking I would go after all the children who I know are really nervous and probably wanted to go next, but anyway. I've had a practice with of sorts doing a speech before, because this is my second Dan grading, but it was very much a different audience the last time Martha and I graded, because it was during COVID. And there was about 6 people in the room, I believe, and maybe 1 or 2 people watching online. So I did think, can I just do the same speech again? Will anybody actually watch it? Will anybody notice it? But then when I looked through it, I thought, no, actually, I've changed. The world's changed. My approach to martial arts has changed. So I have actually more or less regurgitated. Well, no, I haven't regurgitated most of it. I didn't mean to say that. I haven't, honestly, I haven't done the same speech again.
I have it recorded from previous. I can play it back.
If I'm honest, do my second Dan. Oh, my hands are shaking. Look, my hands shake anyway. I'm not really that nervous. Doing my second Dan was actually on a list of things to do before I'm 50. So I thought COVID would put paid to that. We somehow managed to get back on track just after a few cancelled gradings, which was a bit hard work, but we got there in the end, and I've hopefully just about achieved it. My MMA journey, it's been an interesting one, because this isn't something I ever thought I would ever end up doing. I've always been an outdoor sort of person. I'm not comfortable with self-defense, sparring. I know I need, well, I thought at first that that's all martial arts was about, but I've realised that that's not the case at all. So much more going on with it, and even when you are doing the self-defense, it's fascinating me learning all the different moves and things. It took me years to pluck up the courage to start. I've been thinking about it for ages. It took one summer camp when Hannah finally persuaded me to actually get up and start training. I think like a lot of other parents who started, I'd just been hanging around. When Jamie was much younger, I was trailing back and forth and thought, hanging around, going to Tesco's and buying things I didn't need, and just to sort of spend the time so I could take him home again. And then I thought, well, why don't I just join in? Like nothing else, it just looks like really good exercise. So I did one day. I stepped up, I've moved back, I've had good days, I've had bad days. I've had days where I wonder why I do it at all, but I've never ever regretted it. As for the benefits, it's benefited me physically, and my posture's improved. I've randomly grown half an inch, where I'm getting to the age where I should probably be getting smaller, but I'm actually getting taller. I'm a lot stronger, and that I can just see that in sort of everything I do at work and just gardening and things like that. My strength's improved. Some people might find this hard to believe. My flexibility has improved as well. I can just about kick above the knee now. Well, actually, no, I can kick much higher than that, but flexibility's always been an issue for me. I did gymnastics as a child. I was hopeless at it. I couldn't even sit cross-legged in assemblies when I was at primary school. I was always getting told off for that. And one of my goals, actually, is one day to be able to do the scissor splits. Box splits is never going to happen, but I'm hoping one day I just might finally master the scissor splits. Another thing I've really enjoyed from doing martial arts is actually trying something new, because I'm not one to try something new. I like what I like my comfort zone. So even just plucking up the courage to start was a really big thing for me, and getting my red belt was a huge achievement. I still remember how I felt when I got my first belt, so I was really proud of myself and really pleased with that. The challenges have been numerous. It's taken me longer than others, and it should have done to get to this point. I've been held up by injury, by being a bit old and rickety, and I've had some drops of confidence. I've pushed myself too far, things haven't gone wrong, I've doubted myself. If I can't do something as well as everyone else, which is quite often, I find myself asking, why am I doing this? I can't, oh dear me. And sometimes I go home feeling quite down about it and have to force myself to go back to the next class. But when I do, things go well, and I enjoy it, and I'm glad I have gone back again. I was looking back at my goals from last time. They were a bit vague. I mentioned flexibility and balance, and against my expectations, I've managed to improve in both of those. The flexibility has been an ongoing thing. The balance suddenly just sort of hit me one day that actually I can balance now. I can stand on one leg. And I mentioned to Jamie after grading, I said, oh, I think I did all right with my balancing, but we had to do the slow for power thingy-bobs. And Jamie says, oh, yes, actually, Mum, you did do all right. And I was like, it was me. I was expecting some sort of, no, Mum, you were rubbish. My self-defence still needs some improvement. My immediate goal is to work out which move goes with which name. And even when we translated into English, I was still a bit, no, I'm not sure which move I'm actually supposed to do, even though I can do the moves reasonably well. I just didn't, it's beyond me which ones there were, but that is my immediate goal to sort out. I've loved doing weapons, particularly nunchaku. I find it vaguely therapeutic, and I'd like to further my skills here. One of my goals is to hopefully one day achieve my black chevron in double chucks. I enjoy K60 as well. I'm not quite sure why, but I do. If nothing else, it's just it's just a good workout, really. And it's helped me with my trad, and hopefully I'd like to attempt my black belt in kickboxing soon. So, on to the thank yous. This bit's hard. I'm not going to name anybody because there's so many people that helped me along the way, and I don't want to get sat back down and oh no, I forgot so and so, and I should have mentioned such and such. And everybody at KRMA has been fantastic. Everybody here is really supportive towards each other. But I do want to give a special shout out and a thank you to all the trad group. You're all brilliant, we all help each other out, and we all have a really good laugh while we're training. It's fantastic working with you all. And I also want to thank all the other black belt candidates, because I think we've really come together as a team over this year. We've all helped each other out, all the little training sessions we've done, I'm stuck with this, I'm stuck with that, can I just throw you around here and there and stuff. And then I want to thank Hannah, partly for persuading me to take it up in the first place, but also for helping me over the last few weeks while I frantically tried to learn and remember all my different self-defence techniques. So thank you for that. Thank you, Andy, as well. You've been very patient with me because I know I can be difficult. And you've gone out your way to find little adaptations to things that I've physically struggled with, like throw yourself on the floor and leap back up again. Hang on, I'm nearly 50, that's not going to happen. What can we do instead? So thank you, I do appreciate that. And then Jamie. As a parent, I've always felt really proud when people have complimented Jamie for them helping him. When I see him teaching, when I come on Friday and he's doing the earlier class, I like to watch him and I feel really proud as a parent watching him teach. And when people thank him, sometimes for his patience. Jamie is not patient with me by any stretch of the imagination. We've got very different learning styles. Everything from the way we do our kata and everything is totally different. He's right, of course, I'm wrong. He gets really frustrated when I can't remember things instantaneously because he's the best part 30 years younger than me and my memory's never been great. Oh, you knew this yesterday, Mum, why don't you know it today? But he's got a brilliant sense of humour and we've had some really good laughs along the way. It's been interesting doing this journey together as well. I think it's the first time we've ever done a grading together and he's not actually been on the panel. And if nothing else, we've both discovered that litter picking in the cold and sometimes rain can actually be remarkably therapeutic. He's a perfectionist and he's insisted that I get everything 100% correct, which has been hard at times, but he has helped me tremendously and I'm very grateful to him. Thank you.